start first with Mark Murphy, coach.
Hey, Brad. I believe you guys had 21 assists tonight. Just in terms of the ball movement in this game and the balance you got, is this sort of the blueprint for how you want to play?
We had 35 assists the other night, 29 tonight. They make it a little bit tougher because they switch so much. And you saw a couple times when we held the ball too long, or we got blocked. We got forced into difficult shots. But when we moved it side to side, when we didn't settle, then that was good. So the last two games, moving the ball has been good. I mean, I think we've really been trying to emphasize more cutting, more off the ball cuts, more movement. In the last 4 weeks or so, we've had, some growing pains along the way, but for the most part, it's been pretty good offensively. So hopefully we can play defense like we did tonight more often.
Jay King.
Obviously, Evan's been pretty hot from behind the arc the last couple of games, but how much does his offensive versatility help unlock things for you guys, especially in the second unit? And then what do you need to do to take advantage of that skill set that he has?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we did a really good job the other night finding him when he was going. We probably could find him more tonight, although he only played 21 minutes because he didn't obviously play a normal long stint. At all, basically in the fourth quarter. But Jay, there's a lot of things that it does, right? Is number one, he's a guy that can put the ball in the basket, and the other team knows that, right? So they have to put one of their better defenders on him, and so it all has a trickle down effect. And I just think that's why you need as many guys that can do that as possible, and still be able to play together and play with the right flow and the right pace and everything else. So he's been great the last two games. I thought he did a lot of good things for us in the Dallas game as well. So I do think we need to work to find him more looks than he's getting, but he's not going to force it. He's a good player. He knows how to play, makes the right play.
Brian Robb.
Hey, Brad. Just want to get your thoughts on Romeo. It seemed like he gave you guys a little bit of a lift there in the second quarter from a defensive standpoint with that group.
Yeah, he was good, solid. Obviously it was nice to have him back out on the floor, and after he caught the ball out of bounds on the first catch, I thought he did a lot of good things.
John Corrales.
Brad, how much of the increase in cutting, backdoor baskets you've been getting, how much of that has been a function of having the one big on the floor versus the two? And can you just explain maybe what does the impact of that threat of the backdoor cut do to open up those three-pointers?
Well, I mean, I think, all the cutting is designed to get threats at the rim. It's just another way to get threat at the rim, right? So you can drive the ball, you can play off pick and rolls against a team like this that switches everything. You may be able to seal them occasionally if you hit low and get a good angle, but it's hard to get in the paint off of a roll. You're doing so more off cutting, you're doing so more off driving, and then you just have to make the right read. And the more that we can do that, the better. It does open up a lot. It's just another avenue to get a paint threat, John, as you know. And so, I think there's two things it does. Number one is I think it fits how you have to attack the best teams, because too much pounding, as we know, just isn't successful against these best teams because they're so versatile and athletic. And then the second thing is it gets everybody, playing the right way with the ball really popping around. And so we've been doing it for the better part of the last few weeks. Our offense has improved quite a bit. So hopefully we can just kind of stay on that course.
Keith Smith.
Hi, Brad. I know it's still a couple days out, but given the relative importance of the games in the standings, is there any thought to sitting Kemba in the first half of the back-to-back against Philadelphia and playing him against New York the second night?
They're all worth one. So I haven't even looked at the standings in 2 weeks. So it's, I know that we're bunched up with a bunch of other teams, but I have no idea where everybody stands. Our only focus is on playing good basketball right now. And, you know, we haven't done that all year. And so I don't know what we'll plan to do on Tuesday night because I haven't looked at it yet, but my guess would be we'll do what we've done.
Gary Washburn.
Hey, Brad, has the mentality over the last couple of days just been like, you still have time to turn this season into
Yeah, of
a
course.
really positive one? What's that been like? And if the players kind of talk to each other about that, just kind of like, we got 20 plus games left, we can still make this run.
No, I said this, you know, and I was hard on him after the Dallas game, but like, you know, I think Gary, like we've been that way all year, you know, like I think we have understood kind of our situation all year, which was, you know, we haven't been whole at all. And today, you know, you saw a team that now has a couple of their best wings out and it affects them. And you have to, you know, Charlotte will learn how to maximize that, but it takes some wins out of your sails and you got to find a way to just kind of navigate that. And we didn't do it perfect, but we did navigate it to the point where we're not too far away from where we need to be on both ends of the floor. Our record hopefully will improve if we can maintain that health. But at the end of the day, our players have all talked about, and we've all talked about constantly, everything we want to do is still in front of us. So there's no reason to get out of sorts. No reason to ride the roller coaster of, you know, if we lose, the sky is falling versus if we win, like talking about how great Romeo was in his 12 minutes. Like, we're just here trying to get better. And that's what we're going to try to keep doing. And hopefully we stay that way. And if we do, we might be tough to beat.
Final question, coach, is from Chris Ryan.
Hey, Brad, did you feel like, kind of along those lines, but did you feel like this was one of the most, if not the most significant wins of the year, given that this was a consistent follow-up to what we saw in the Houston game and that this has been a stretch where you've continued, it seems, to progress and get better?
I don't know about that. I'm not ranking them. I'll let you guys do that. You know, obviously they were missing some guys. It's not fair to Charlotte. Like they were down a bunch of guys, good players. And it's one game, but if we structurally can continue to improve offensively and we can play defense at the intensity level of the last, you know, most of the last really 4 games, we had the 2 stretches in New Orleans and Dallas that killed us. But if we can be at that intensity level, then again, the goal would be we could be a handful. You know, I don't know what that means, but we could be hard to beat. That's what we'll keep shooting for.
We'll wrap it up right there. Thank you, coach.